Youth Forum, a place where we shape the next generation, place where we discuss issues like relationships, career and business advice, education and religious matters, and much, much more. So sit back, watch, and be informed. Your host is Laban Bethi.
Wow. It's a great evening that God has given us once again. We are glad that you are joining us. We are glad that you are always finding time to gather yourself, to get your notebook, to have a moment to listen. And we are delighted even this evening that we are still coming back to you once again with the knowledge that we've always spoken about. And we believe it has been a great experience wherever you are, every time you get time to watch, every time you get time to listen. And we are glad that even from the testimonies, from the words that we are getting from you, you've always made a communication. We always say that there's a number that runs down your screen. And we appreciate the feedback that we are getting all along. And we believe that it is a show that is reaching so many people. And we normally say our core objective is to be able to meet a certain need. We are living in times that a lot of things are happening. Quite a lot is happening. And this knowledge, these are words that they come to you, they change a life, they change a soul. So welcome. Sit back, watch, listen, make notes. And I believe, I know that it will not be in vain. Let the message go to so many people. You can share, you can like, and then you become a blessing to the people who are close to you. Wow. So today I am joined together with my great friend and a guest that has been here for quite some time. And we are glad that he has also found time to come. You see, we normally say that anytime you see somebody has secured their busy schedules for something that is leaving an impact to generations, it means that this person has put great value in what he is doing and in what we are doing. So thank you so much, my brother, for always finding time, for getting equipped for the sake of the generation that is coming and for the sake of the world at large. So I would allow him to say hi, maybe to say a name. I believe some people are new today, and it will be good when he shares his name. So you can say hi to the congregation, and we proceed from there. Right.
Hello, viewers. This is Isaac. This is for the first time viewers who have not watched us before, because I've introduced myself so many times, but for the sake of that new viewer, I'm saying hello, welcome to the show. It's always a privilege for me to come in this show to share at which God has put in me. And I will get more about me as we keep on conversing.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. You remember that he has said hello. That means that he needs a feedback. Just drop it down right there on Facebook, on YouTube. Say hello and give the feedback back. That is very crucial, very important. Because in every engagement, every discussion, you need to ensure there is a communication that is coming back. So thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you.
Today we are getting deeper in the discussions that we've had before we are getting to discuss about drug and substance abuse in line with the youth. In line with, from teenage youth to the youth. Yeah. The topics that we are choosing, our major emphasis is about the youth. So as we discuss about the drug and substance abuse, we are going to get deeper in the discussions about the youth. And we are glad that my brother is well equipped, one in the youth aspects, and is going to get deeper and deeper in this matter so that people can be able to understand. And a soul that is burning, a soul that is going through some anguish because of maybe miscalculation of events that somebody had, will get to be assisted, and somebody will get to sharpen and shape his life.
Yeah.
So, what do we understand by this thing, drug and substance abuse? We go to hospitals, we are treated, is it a similar thing, or how do you understand about this?
Drug, it's a common term.
Absolutely.
But many times very few understand what a drug is. But I would just say, in a general term, that is, drug is any chemical substance that can cause a change in a living thing, physically or psychologically. So it has an impact when it's consumed on your body, that is physically and also inside of that person. So it affects how person operates or functions, so you function when you take such substance. Now, when you talk of substance abuse, it's not very far from what we said, but it's now using like medicine, for example, in a wrong way, or using it too much of it, or in a way that is not prescribed by the doctors. So you have used it in a wrong way. You've used it too much or a little of that substance. So that's when we call it substance abuse. Yeah.
So maybe on the same, there are drugs that we get from the hospital that are basically for treatment of a certain illness, which is still in order. But there are certain drugs that somebody takes and they lead to intoxication. They lead to, they can stimulate somebody. They can even make somebody run out of their minds. Now, there are these drugs you can get from the hospital and we get treated and we get healed. But there are others that people acquire and they tend to destroy, their living standards. Which kind of drugs are these, and how do you well understand about them?
The drugs that we get from the hospital are always given by the doctors, purposing to cure a certain disease or a certain condition. And those, because doctor has already done his part and has analyzed and known that you deserve or this will help you. So now, as I said, when you use the drug in a wrong way, now the one that has been given to you by the doctor, and that is substance abuse. Now, when we come to the drugs, we have some other reasons. We have like the main drug that we heroines and cocaine and bag and so many things. These people have their own motive. They have not been given by the doctor, but you acquire them for you to feel good or because of some other reasons. So this is not prescribed from the doctor, but you just do it because you want to feel good about your life, or you just appear pressure, you've been pushed to do things in a certain way. Yeah.
Wow. So, in this topic, Isaac, I understand with such a definition now, somebody can get a relevance of this discussion. what is the relevance of such a discussion in line with the youth, in line with the teenagers? What is the relevance of this kind of discussion, especially now, avoiding now talking about the drugs that we get from the hospital to treat our bodies. Now you've spoken about others like the heroines and these drugs that lead to intoxication, that can make somebody even run out of their minds. Now, before we get deeper in this, what is the relevance of such a discussion to the teenagers, to the youth? Why is it so much important?
I believe the discussion is very necessary because, number one, the greatest percentage of drug users are young people.
Yeah.
And some of them got into search because they did not find the right information. So they were misled by their peers, or they just found themselves in a certain state of life, and that pushed them to doing drugs. So it's very necessary because the greatest percentage of the people affected by this are young people. And we are here, we want to come out, and even for they that have not yet gotten into it, that we will talk to them in a way that they will not find themselves in addictions or in drug or using drugs. Sorry. Yeah.
So it means that one, it is able to get to a youth to be able to understand, and it can also help even mentoring this person. You see, when you are mentoring somebody, you can make an emphasis of, I had an experience of this brother or this sister got intoxicated and it led to 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
So that means it is even able to give a warning to somebody so that this person may not be able to follow a certain route.
Sure.
Well, and now, you see, at times you find that somebody can get intoxicated. Somebody can take their drugs. Somebody can mess up with their lives. And even the person who is watching us, maybe somebody who is still like even taking the same right now. And there are also parents who are also watching, and they need to be of great help to their children, even other people like teachers who are taking care of the pupils or the students at school. What are these causes of making someone to be able to get into these drugs? What are these causes?
There are a number of causes that makes a person get himself into drug.
Maybe you can base it this way, like now you are addressing this person.
Yeah.
This is what makes people get into, you should not be able to do this and this. At least in a way this person knows, no, this one I should not be able to do.
Yeah, I'll just mention a few of the causes that makes people, young or old, to indulge in such like the drug. And I'll begin because we're talking more about our conversation is based so much on the young people.
Yeah.
Much of, or like what pushes young people mostly to drug, the first thing is we have peer pressure.
Yeah, sure.
I begin that is I think is a topic that we handled some time back. When you talk of peer pressure, that you find your friends doing things and you want to also try it out. You want to feel like them because they look like they're enjoying what they're doing. So you want to be part of them. And in that way you'll find yourself doing what they're doing. If they're taking drugs, you will take drugs. If they're doing some other stuff, then you still do it because you feel you want to be part of that group. So number two, we have there are people who are going through some stuff. Sometimes it's stress in life. You're in depression, and you're looking for something that will make you feel good.
Feel high.
Yeah, feel high. So, and with that, you'll find yourself doing some stuff, and even it leads to taking drugs, and eventually, just gradually, little by little, you find yourself you're already addicted. I remember one mzee at our place, where he would just take so much alcohol.
Yeah.
And you'd ask him, why are you doing this? He did not have much money, in fact. But he's telling you, when you ask that question, he will sit you down and tell you, I have this problem. I have school fees to pay.
Yeah.
I have this and this. He would mention all his problem. So I'm taking this just to cover all this that my eyes cannot see.
Yeah.
So it makes you feel good. But with the time he got so addicted, until he was not able to manage even his business, a small business he was running. He was not able even to manage his family. So it becomes, it makes you feel good for some time, but it's not something that is sustainable and it's not solving any problem. So first I mentioned the peer pressure.
Yeah.
I mentioned about the situation or that causes depression that you're going through. And then we also, we talked about the period of teenagehood. There is a peer pressure.
Yeah.
That comes from just everything, the people around you. But this another level of being a teenager. We talked about it the other time, where they feel like, I want to try it out. I want to try new things.
The curiosity now.
The curiosity.
What happens?
Yeah, the curiosity. Nobody has pushed you.
Yeah.
But you feel like, I also want to try out new things.
Yeah.
It's a stage where new things, you admire almost everything that is new.
Yeah.
And you want to feel good also, like everybody else. So the curiosity thing is also causing young people get into drug. Yeah.
And as we discussed the same, I've realized that you see, all the young people, that is the youth and also the teenagers, social media has been very rampant in destroying so many people's lives.
Sure.
How can young people take social media positively to avoid them getting diverted? Because when somebody gets a phone, they can even go to bad stuff that will lead them to drug and substance abuse. How does a young person need to station his or her mind that I will not be able to get into this line of maybe learning on how I can take a certain drug and do or rather use the phone or the social media for the positive purposes?
It's a very difficult state that we are finding ourselves in, especially with the young generation, where phone is the closest friend that they have. And I cannot stay without a phone today as a young person. And even if when the battery is down, I feel like there's something I'm missing. So the young people generation today, they have made phone to become their closest friend before anybody else's phone. So they spend much of their time on phone. And to be sincere is that what they get out of there, as much as there's something or good content in the social media, but most of what we learn from social media is negative. Because you spend much of your time, and at the end of the day, 24 hours, or let's say you spend 10 hours in a day, or let's say 5 hours in social media. Out of all that, I think you need to come up with something substantial, of which I don't think whether many would come out and analyze and say, today I spend 1 hour in social media and I learned this.
That means that somebody has to make his or her motive to be clear.
No, that's not, that's what was coming. Having, I'm getting into social media to get this and this. But I say it also comes with also the peer pressure, that you want to look at what is trending. How are my peers doing out there? You find I'm 19, and somebody also in 19 is driving a car, of which is some of the life out there in social media is false. It's not true. So it's not real, that is. And because you admire that person, and you define and ask, how is this person making it out to be where he is? Somebody just borrowed a suit to appear good in Facebook for more likes, and you find yourself pushed towards that direction. You find your peers enjoying life and looking like you're enjoying. I don't say they're enjoying out there, because I don't believe there is anywhere where life is easy. But we are making out. We are doing well according to the standards that you put on yourself. So I believe being positive, having a right mind, being the motive being right, that I'm getting there to learn 1, 2, 3 stuff. There are skills that you can acquire from social media. You go there, want to know how to cook, go to YouTube. Yeah. They will teach you how to cook. I want to know how to do some other stuff. Yeah. They will also teach you. So it is there. I know it's really contributing. Yeah. I forgot to mention it, but it's contributing to young people getting indulged to drugs.
I was just thinking along the same. We have different religious institutions. We also have the government. Yeah. Even with the rapid growth in such a topic that is even physically what is happening in the country and also globally, is it like the church or the religion is not doing much, or the government is not doing much? Because how comes even with the measures that are put along, it is still taking place, and so many young people are getting lost?
I think
is the church doing the best? Is the government doing the best?
I can say they are trying.
Yeah.
They try, and we have the Nakada. I think it's led by this young man. Which book is it? I guess I can't remember well. But the government is trying to put in place some measures to be able to talk to young people and put measures on the legalizing or making it hard for accessing these drugs in the market. So the government is trying banning the use of some drugs, and it's putting measures, bodies that are able to work with young people and helping them to come out of such. Government is trying. Religious bodies are also doing. I don't know about so many, but I can say there are those who are trying. The pastors who are trying. There are teachers in schools who are trying to talk to people. Because I believe these young people just need to be talked to, given the right information. Yeah. Because failure to that, we said we have one teacher who doesn't need to be, it's not very expensive to have a phone. Or it's not very expensive to get information from the phone. Yeah. So if we don't teach them the right way, phone is there to teach them. So I believe there are those who are trying. But for those who probably have not started talking to young people about drugs, even it needs to be talked to even in churches, because sometimes they assume, especially in churches and in religious bodies, they probably think the people who are in there are holy and nothing is happening. But I want just to tell them that they need to be careful. They need to be alert, because these things are happening in church. You just see somebody praying, but there are people who are addicted to drugs in church. So they need to wake up and do something.
That means then in church or in the government or religious institutions, they need to improvise a mechanism whereby, apart from just feeding us spiritually, we have topics that we know they are affecting our people.
Of course.
That we can have a platform whereby we can address these topics. I might not be addicted in drugs. Maybe I am addicted in something else. And if the church now gets to a point, or maybe the religious body gets to a point of now putting these things together in a way that it can reach everybody. Because I believe even if such is happening, it is not happening to the best. So I think, as you've just mentioned, something that even the pastors or the religious leaders who are watching, it is something that we must be able to consider. Because it is normally said that the potential does not lie on, the bigger people at the moment. At the moment now, the potential is in the young people who are growing.
Yeah, sure.
That is the future generation. So if we don't focus much on them, as you are just saying, it means that we might lose it all.
Very true.
And as the scripture says that the expectation of the creation is awaiting the manifestation of the sons of God. You might find that we are waiting for this young person to manifest, but along the way, this person destroyed his life or her life.
Very true.
So now, as we proceed, there is something that I thought is good that we just mentioned as we are coming to the closure of the show. Yes, all this is happening, and it is really devastating that such is happening even with the measures that are put across. Now, at least somebody to be able to know what are the effects. Yes, I get to drugs. I've been involved in this and this kind of a drug. What are the effects? What might it resort to?
Drugs have different impact that they cause on a man or a person. And they vary. We can't have it like it's a specific effect on, like they vary.
Maybe just like a few.
Number one, drug, when you use drug for some time, you get addicted. So addiction is first effect. And addiction, it means you are now under the control. You are under the control of that drug. You cannot do without that drug. And it gets you to a place where now it's like your mind, you do everything. You're doing it because you are led by such. So first is addiction. Number two, there are some, now when you get addicted, there are so many things that happen when you get addicted. There are people who have gotten addicted to alcohol, to some other drugs, and they're not even able to manage their families. So with addiction, you're not able to manage your family, you're not able to manage your business, you're not able to manage even in your workplace, yourself. So there's so much that comes with that. Number two, some drugs are very costly. And for you to use some drugs continually, then it means your money is getting used in a wrong way. Because it's not giving you life. Like, drug is just something that comes and brings some good feeling for some moment.
It might even lead you to stealing.
To stealing. So the money aspect, managing money, is always an issue, especially on those drugs that are very expensive. So it has an implication on your finances.
Because it also leads maybe somebody to drop from school. Even after the parents investing much in them.
Sure.
This person now drops from school.
Very true.
Wow.
So it's
it means that the society that we are living in and the generation that we are having, some people are getting rotten. So we see others prospering. There is a generation that is even getting destroyed.
Very true.
So it's been a great discussion to our listener. It's just been a great moment with our guest today, Mr. Isaac. There's been quite a good engagement this evening. And we always say that just down your screen you can see a number that is running down there. You can always drop your feedback. Maybe there's something that you feel we need to touch on. Maybe there's a topic that you feel it's of great importance to the youth, or rather to everybody. you can be able to drop it down, but it is going to be considered in the discussions. So feel free every moment and keep on sharing this message, keep on liking our YouTube channel, our Facebook. I believe it is a knowledge that is going to take us somewhere. Because these are topics that are very key in the growth, especially for the young people. And we greatly appreciate Isaac for even finding time. And even as we come to the end of the show, there is somebody somewhere who just wants Isaac to speak to their life. And I know you as I've known you from the church setup.
Yeah.
There's somebody who has been addicted, in drugs, and they really want to get out of that. There's somebody who is getting involved in peer pressure, and they are almost getting addicted. There is somebody who now is curious, as you've seen, and they might even get addicted.
Yeah.
I would appreciate if you can speak to that person directly and save us all. You see, it's similar like when now in Christianity we talk about salvation. It feels good when you've snatched a soul
Sure.
that has been living, in the wrong way,
Yeah.
and you can see this person is not becoming strong in salvation.
Sure.
You can speak to that person and leave a word. This is like a seed that you are planting that is going to germinate and bear fruits. You can go ahead and speak.
Yeah, I want to speak to you, somebody who you're addicted, you are into drug, like your whole day you're thinking about this substance or this drug. The whole day you cannot work without such. I know you got into that point where like without this I cannot do. But I want to give hope to somebody that is not the end of the way. There is a formula, or there is a way you can come back to yourself, because I believe that is not you. When you get to addiction, I said it's about being controlled by that drug. But now, if you find yourself, you're already in that addiction stage, then we are here to help you. I know it's coming out, I say it's a process. And being a process, it's also depend with the magnitude and how deep you are into such. So it's good when we have a way of working out together, you and us, through the numbers that has been given to you down there. You can just write to us, we'll help you come out. There are those who want to try out, and they just feel like, I want to get there. Somebody feels like they're doing good on that other side, so you want to try it. I want to talk to you. We've been there. The other time I shared my story. So he said it's a time I tried to smoke a cigarette. It does not help in any way. It does not make you have anything that you're going to be proud of. Most of it comes with regret today and even tomorrow. It's something that you not want to talk about it. Most of the people who are in addiction today, they don't want to talk about how they go there, because it's not a good place to find yourself. So don't be so curious to get into stuff that you are going to regret about tomorrow. So it's good if you find yourself with things that you don't understand, find an elder, find a parent, find a teacher that you like, and talk to them, be true to them, talk to them what you're feeling and what you want to do, and then I believe they'll be able to help you. We are there, we are reachable, you can reach us, and we'll be able to help you to transit through that stage of being a youth and a teenager, and find yourself in a place where you're going to regret tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, see, the scripture says an idle mind is a devil's workshop. Make sure you get involved in things that have value. Get involved in things that are, taking you a notch higher. Don't settle at the state where you are. Build capacity, be of value. that you not belittle yourself even to think about getting to drugs. It shows like somebody's like getting insane. So I think it has been a good discussion. It has been a discussion that is building a generation. So we greatly appreciate for you taking your time, taking your precious moments to watch, to listen, to share. Yeah, and we cannot take it for granted. So feel much appreciated. And we always come on Mondays at 8 p.m. So remain tuned. And I believe your life shall never be the same again. So thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you.
It's been a great honor. It's been a great privilege for coming. And yeah. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
You.
JM Youth Forum.
How can a young person be consistent on a purpose? How can a young person...
You see a person doing or behaving a certain way, it is out of information. You dress like you think. You talk like you think. Out of what is inside here, the fullness within here, that's what the mouth speaks. So what you have in your head, you behave like that.
What do you understand by social media?
Yeah, social media, it's a platform. It's a connecting platform.
All right.
Just as the word goes, social media. It's a platform for mostly socializing. It's a media of exchanging information.
To be inspired, be ready to be transformed, be ready to get something great, something that is going to change you. Be ready to receive a word for you.